Washington was there with them. And as they were forming and trying to form, the redcoats had already formed in their deep, thick lines behind the hedgerows in this mound behind us spread out through the meadow. And the fire was starting. And the Americans were running forward and firing, falling, reloading, running forward and trying to form their lines. And as they were doing this, and as they were getting closer, within a matter of 80 yards, that's not very far, before they were forming their lines to fire the beginning volleys of the final battle, one man out front on a horse was George Washington himself, the commander of the armies, yelling with his sword up to his men, "Forward, men, remember what you were fighting for. Forward, men, remember what you were fighting for." Because they were reluctant and they were forming, and he was getting them formed. And as that first volley went off, here's that one man on his horse in those 80 yards between those redcoat lines and the revolutionary lines. And with the fire of their cannon and the fog of the air, it just all turned to smoky steam, and the air was, you couldn't see. They were invisible with the smoke from the fire of the rifles until it settled in this smog. And as it settled, there was silence. And that one man, on that one horse, was still standing there in front of them, untouched. And the British saw that, and it's so aghast at that sight, they were fearful, and they picked up the rifles and started running to the rear. And for the first time in that Revolutionary War, General Washington was saying yelling to his patriots, "The redcoats have a back, the redcoats have a back," and they were running forward and shooting them in their back and pursuing them.
So our freedom's bought with a price and with a great man to lead it.
That's right.
You're a great man
Good.
too.